Life can be hard. We all face storms. These storms can come in many forms, whether it's the literal storm outside your window or the metaphorical storms that rage within us. The thunder of doubt, the lightning of fear, and the downpour of sadness can make it feel like the sun will never shine again. Sickness, loss, fear, these things touch us all. They are the shadows that creep into our lives, uninvited and unwelcome. A hospital room can feel like a prison, a funeral can feel like the end of hope, and the weight of worry can be overwhelming. These moments test our strength and our spirit. But there's a light in the darkness. Even in the darkest of times, a single candle can illuminate the path ahead. This light is not just a physical presence, but a symbol of hope and resilience. It reminds us that no matter how deep the darkness, it can never extinguish the light. It's the light of faith. Faith is the beacon that guides us through the storm. It is the unwavering belief that there is something greater than ourselves, a higher power that watches over us. The sunlight filtering through stained glass is a reminder of the divine presence that surrounds us. Faith in a loving God. This faith is not just a belief but a relationship. Holding a Bible close to your chest is like holding onto a lifeline. It is a source of comfort and strength. The sunset over a church steeple symbolizes the end of a day, but also the promise of a new dawn. He is with us always. Even when we feel alone, we are never truly by ourselves. The shadow that follows us is a reminder of his constant presence. The footprints in the sand show that he walks beside us and sometimes carries us when we are too weak to walk on our own. When you feel lost, faith is your compass. It points the way, just as a hiker relies on a compass to find their path. We rely on faith to guide us through life's uncertainties. The lighthouse in the distance is a symbol of hope, guiding ships safely to shore, just as faith guides us to safety. It reminds you that you are not alone. In times of trouble, we often feel isolated, but faith connects us to a larger community. Holding hands, hugging for comfort, and gathering in prayer are all acts that reinforce our bond with others. We are part of a larger family, united by our faith. God is bigger than your problems. He cares about you. He wants to help. The mountain may seem insurmountable, but with faith we can climb it. The highlighted passages in the Bible are like messages from God, offering guidance and reassurance. He is always there, ready to lift us up when we fall. Turn to him. He's waiting. Kneeling in prayer is an act of surrender, a way of saying that we cannot do it alone. The church altar with candles is a sacred space where we can connect with the divine. Open hands reaching towards the sky symbolize our desire to receive his blessings and guidance. He wants to carry your burdens. Life's challenges can feel like a heavy load, but we don't have to carry it alone. There are always hands reaching out to help, whether it's a friend, a family member, or a stranger. And above all, God is there, ready to share our burdens and lighten our load. He wants to give you peace. In the midst of chaos, there is a place of calm. The peaceful landscape and serene lake at dawn are reminders of the tranquility that faith can bring. Meditating by a calm river is a way to connect with that inner peace. God offers us a sanctuary, a place where we can find rest and renewal. Imagine a ship in a storm. The sky is dark, clouds are thick, and the sea is a tumultuous expanse of chaos. The ship is tossed around like a toy, battling the relentless waves that crash against its hull. Waves crash against it with a force that seems almost insurmountable. The wind howls, a deafening roar that drowns out all other sounds. The ship creaks and groans under the pressure, but it continues to fight, determined to stay afloat. Fear grips the sailors. Their faces are pale, their eyes wide with terror. They hold onto the ship's railing with white-knuckled grips, praying for the storm to pass. But amidst the fear, there is a glimmer of hope. They have a lifeline, faith. They believe the storm will pass. They trust the ship will hold, They have faith in their vessel and in their ability to navigate through the storm. This faith gives them the strength to keep going, to keep fighting, even when the odds seem stacked against them. Faith is like that lifeline. It keeps us afloat when life gets rough. Just as a lifebuoy can save a person from drowning, faith can save us from despair. It is a beacon of hope in the darkest of times, a reminder that we are not alone. It gives us hope when we feel like giving up. When the storm seems never-ending and the waves threaten to pull us under, faith is the light that guides us through. It is the belief that there is a brighter day ahead, that the storm will eventually pass. It reminds us that God is in control, even when everything feels out of control. In the midst of the chaos, faith is the anchor that keeps us grounded. It is the assurance that there is a higher power watching over us, guiding us through the storm. Don't let go of that lifeline. Hold on tight. No matter how fierce the storm, no matter how high the waves, faith will see you through. It is the strength that keeps you going, the courage that keeps you fighting. God is with you. He will see you through. In the end, the storm will pass, the skies will clear, and you will find yourself stronger for having weathered the storm. So hold on to your faith and trust that brighter days are ahead. The Bible is full of stories about people who faced impossible situations. These stories have been passed down through generations, offering hope and inspiration to countless individuals. They are not just tales of old, but timeless lessons that resonate with us even today. People like Moses, who led his people to freedom. Moses, a man who doubted his own abilities, yet with God's guidance he performed miracles. He parted the Red Sea, providing a path to safety for the Israelites. His journey was fraught with challenges, but his faith never wavered. Esther, who risked her life to save her people. A young queen who found herself in a position of great influence, Esther used her courage and wisdom to protect her people from destruction. Her bravery is a testament to the power of standing up for what is right, even when it means putting oneself in danger. Daniel, who faced lions with courage. Thrown into a den of lions for his unwavering faith, Daniel's story is one of steadfastness and trust in God. Despite the perilous situation, he remained calm and prayed, and God protected him from harm. These stories remind us that we are not the first to face trials. Throughout history, many have encountered seemingly insurmountable obstacles. By reading and reflecting on these biblical accounts, we gain perspective and strength to face our own challenges. Others have walked this path before us. Their experiences serve as a guide, showing us that we are not alone in our struggles. The footprints they left behind are markers of faith, perseverance, and resilience, and they found strength in their faith. In moments of doubt and fear, they turned to God, finding solace and courage in their belief. Their stories encourage us to do the same, to seek strength beyond ourselves. They trusted God, and He saw them through. Their unwavering faith was rewarded with divine intervention and protection. These accounts remind us that faith is not just a passive belief, but an active trust in God's plan. Their stories can inspire us. By sharing their testimonies, they offer us a glimpse into the power of faith. These narratives are not just historical records, but living testimonies that continue to inspire and uplift us. They show us that with God, all things are possible. No matter how daunting the situation, these stories remind us that with faith, perseverance, and trust in God, we can overcome any obstacle. They are a beacon of hope, guiding us through the darkest times and leading us to the light. Remember David and Goliath, a young shepherd boy against a giant warrior. Everyone was afraid of Goliath except David. Why? Because David trusted in God. He knew that with God on his side, he could overcome any obstacle. We all face giants in our lives. Fear, doubt, insecurity, they can seem overwhelming. But remember David, remember his courage. Remember his faith. You too can face your giants. With God on your side, you can overcome anything. Faith isn't just in the Bible. We see it every day. People overcoming challenges, prayers being answered, lives being transformed. Maybe you've experienced it yourself, a time when you prayed for a miracle and it happened. Or maybe you've seen it in the lives of others. These stories remind us that God is still working in the world today. He hears our prayers, he answers them in his own time and in his own way. Jesus said that even a tiny seed of faith can grow into something amazing, just like a mustard seed which starts small but grows into a large plant. Your faith might be small right now, that's okay. God can work with that. He can nurture it, help it grow. All you need is a mustard seed of faith, a willingness to believe, a desire to trust in him. Don't underestimate the power of a small seed. With God, it can move mountains. Sometimes life doesn't make sense. We face trials we don't understand. We ask, why me? But even when we don't understand, we can trust God. He has a plan for us, a plan for good. It might not be easy. It might not be what we expect, but we can trust that he knows what he's doing. He's walking with us every step of the way. He'll never leave us, never forsake us. God has given us many promises in his word. Promises of love, comfort and strength. Promises that he will never leave us nor forsake us. These promises are like anchors for our souls. They keep us steady in the storms of life. They remind us that no matter what we face, God is with us. Cling to these promises. Let them fill you with hope and peace. God is faithful. He will keep his promises to you. Faith isn't just believing, it's doing. It's living out what you believe. It's showing your faith through your actions. How can you live out your faith today? Maybe it's reaching out to someone who's hurting. Maybe it's forgiving someone who's wronged you. Maybe it's simply trusting God with your worries and fears. Every act of faith, no matter how small, makes a difference. It brings you closer to God. It makes your faith stronger. The world offers many things, wealth, fame, power, but these things don't last. They can't satisfy the deepest longings of our hearts. True hope is found in God alone. He offers something that the world can't: eternal life, unconditional love, and a peace that surpasses all understanding. This is the hope that will not disappoint. This is the hope that will sustain you through any storm. This is the hope that is found in Jesus Christ.